Hello everyone, and today we're going to see IoT and what are its things. Everything you need to know about Internet of Things. Come, let's get into this video. IoT is a simple term that you have heard, but what does IoT really means? If you want the full form, it's Internet of Things, but does not make it any easier to understand. The Internet of Things is connected network of devices that can communicate with each other without the need for human intervention. They can send data between each other and even control one another in various ways. The term things in this context is a device capable of connecting with other devices over a network to accomplish some of the tasks. Let us say, for an example, you put an alarm on your phone to wake up at a certain time in the morning. All you are doing is setting the time. Everything else is figured out by the phone. It cross-checks its internal clock and then beeps when it hits the scheduled time what you have kept. And now you can imagine a network of devices connected with your phone and all of them synchronized with a different action to perform. When the alarm goes off, when the scheduled time arrives, your window blinds open on their own. Your bedside speaker automatically plays a song to wake you up from the sleep. Now let us imagine a fully connected city of the future, where traffic lights on cars can talk to each other so that the vehicles can stop on their own, or medical devices that can monitor patients and send emergency calls out in a case of distress. How does it work and why is it important? Let us see. IoT is important to consider for the future as the technology strives to make our lives easier and better. We have already said seeing the various implementations of IoT devices around us. Fitness watches are already smart enough to monitor your heart rate, pulses, and dial your emergency contacts in case as they notice some irregular heart rate in you. With the IoT, they can also send a weekly report to your doctor so that the doctor can check your progress without the need of your input. Thus, the IoT becomes quite easy to use. Let us see another example of IoT, that is autonomous vehicles, which we already stated seeing on the roads relies on the complex series of so much of sensors that send and receive data over a network to navigate towards a destination. If you break it down to the essential building blocks, the IoT network requires three things: a device that analyzes and sends information, a device that gathers and reads that information, and the one that executes the commands in accordance with that information. Think of it as a giant web where the thread is a device that is connected to the spiral in the center through a network. When information is sent, it's getting broken down and ripples through the entire web where each device on the thread reads that information, and if it is relevant to its own set of instructions, and it executes a command. Another good example of an IoT framework is our Aadhaar system. You only need to register and give your fingerprints once, and then it is automatically stored in a database that can be accessed by the services that requires your authentication. This makes signing up for financial services like a bank or buying a new SIM and so on. For all this, you need to share your Aadhaar number for verification. Now let us see the disadvantages or the dangers of IoT. We already reached a point where it has become mandatory to install an antivirus and a firewall on our system. The dangers of the data theft are very real. Now let us discuss the major drawbacks in IoT. Once your system has been hacked, every system connected to it become accessible and the hackers simply copied all the files over the network. If there is a technology, there will always be a people who will try to bend it to do their bidding. There is a genuine concern over what the data is shared over the network as well. Amazon was caught with its pants down when it was disclosed that it hired people to listen on conversations and voice commands given to Alexa on its smart voice activated home speakers. The business of data is always morphing, floating in that strange line between acceptable and ethical. This is bound to get worse once more IoT devices start to need more data to perform complex tasks. Thus, we come to an end of what is an IoT and what are the drawbacks or disadvantages in IoT. If you have any comments, please do comments in our comment section. Thank you.